Hey y'all, welcome to the Style Chronicles. I thought I would show you guys how I use my brush. What did I do with it? This brush. My flat kind of eyeliner brush to stamp my eyeliner onto my lid for a winged eyeliner effect. So this is basically how I achieve a winged liner look. It is by far the easiest way to do it, I think, unless you are like a novice winged eyeliner fan and you've been doing it since you were 10 years old and, you know, yeah, you do it every day and you're like in like really good don't do it when you're 10 years old. I'm just kidding. I mean, when I was 10, I wasn't allowed to wear makeup. Anyway, for me, it is how I create the wing liner effect on my lids and I get my wings to match. Because a lot of times if you freehand it, you'll get one that's like really lifted and one that's like winged out, or one that's longer than the other one, or you know, you just get so many different variations. This is how I get it to look. I know they're not identical, but how I get it to look at least like they go together, like my lids are the same, like my eyes are the same. So it's just a stamped kind of guide that I create with my liner and my brush, and then I follow that and change the shape of the wing itself to be either more curvy or more graphic or more straight, thicker, thinner, however you want to do it. But this is how I achieve that, so stay tuned to see how I get this winged liner effect, and thanks for watching. Okay, so before I begin, let me explain my makeup to you guys. I did this tutorial before I decided to do a wing liner, and then I thought I would share with you guys how I stamp my liner on in an effort to make it more even, so that I have the same kind of line on both sides of my face. Now this is how I have found one of the best ways to apply your eyeliner to achieve congruency between your wings. So if you like this look and this look alone, you can watch the tutorial for just a simple contoured eyelid, everyday contoured eyelid rather, and then this will just build upon that. Now to do my winged liner, I use just a flat top liner brush. This is by e.l.f. and it's the e.l.f. professional eyeliner brush, and it's just flat across like that. There are lots of different kinds of them. There are also these that are angled. They work well. I mean, you can get away with using it. Here's the MAC one. This one is the MAC 266. Right? Yeah, 266, where it's angled. They have kind of the same, you know, width as far as the same kind of line that it will make. This, however, I strictly use for my eyebrows, so I don't venture beyond anything but my eyebrows with this brush. So, for the sake of this film, or this video, and what I'm going to do, I'm just going to use this one. Now, I've also got, like I said, here's a Coastal Scents one, but it's a little bit more rounded. Smashbox, I've got other brands of this brush, but this is the one that I think works by far the best. Now, since I've used it before, it's important every time you use your brush to wipe off any excess. So whatever is left on that tip from the last time you used it, you just want to kind of, you know, wipe away. Wash your brush too. That goes without saying. I wash my brushes once a week, so in between using this weekly, it gets washed once a week. Okay, the other thing too, the other reasoning for wiping is you want to flatten, because you know this will get kind of, you see where it's bent now and all these kind of fray a little bit. You want to get all those bristles together, smashed together, so you get a very fine, thin brush. Then you're going to take your liner. I like the gel eyeliner. This is the Maybelline Eye Studio in Blackest Black, Matte Black Track, which is everybody's favorite. Also, I have the Lorac Professional Eyeliner, which I absolutely love. But for the sake of this video, I'm just going to use the Maybelline the Maybelline Blackest Black. I want to call it Black Track. You're going to take your brush, get it into that eyeliner, and it's okay. You can get it like, you see, I just got it like chunks of it. Then you're going to take the edge of the liner and just wipe. It's going to look like you're wiping it all off, but there's still some on that very fine tip that you made. Okay, and once you get it all wiped off and flattened so that it looks like that again, you're going to take the corner of it and touch it to the outer corner of your lid, and I like to follow the lower line, so this line, because I like that lifted look. I don't really like to follow the top line of my lid. I like the lifted one, so I'm going to pull from the lower, this part down here. And you're going to touch just the tip of that, and then just stamp like this. You can see how I'm placing it. You're just going to stamp, and it's going to leave a thin line, and that is your guide. That is your stamped winged liner. So let me go ahead and do that now. From that outer lower corner, I am stamping that liner into place. Do you see the thin line that it made? And that is as high as I'm going to take my wing to there. And then same thing on the other side, just get more on the brush, and then make sure and wipe the excess away and get those bristles into a very thin line. Same thing, touch to the outer corner and stamp like that. And you don't have to lift your brush, because just with the width of the brush and the thinness of it and the placement of the lower corner where I'm putting it at, it's going to be the same on both sides, which is really neat because it's kind of like your guide. It's like you're holding a pencil while you can see that you're holding a pencil to your lid while you are placing the color. And to me, that is the best way to do it. It's, you know, literally you're stamping the liner onto your lid. Then what you do is you just go back and get a little bit more, and you can fill in that area and really define that line. And by filling it in, all you do is place it and drag it down. And this works so much better when you don't have mascara on. Of course, I did a video before this for the overall makeup look, so I have mascara on. But like for you, it will work better without any. And then you're just filling that line in. Same thing on the other side. Okay, and you can see how it kind of elongated my eye, and it's lifted because it goes upwards, and it matches. It's the same on both sides. It's pretty cool. Okay, I get a little excited over my liner, especially when I get it right, because it took me forever to get it right. Okay, you're just going to get more onto that brush, and then you're going to take it onto your lid, and from here you can do so many things. You can make the line literally straight. You can make it curl. It's all about how you apply this portion of your liner to your lid, the shape that you get. Now for me, I have to do a very, very thin line on my lid because of my hooded eyelids. My hooded part will literally, like if I look straight ahead, you can see, it'll cover any line that I put down there. Just cover it. You won't even see it. If you're lucky enough to have all that space, you can do a really elaborate, beautiful, full, chunky line. For me, it'll be very, very tiny, literally the width of this brush, and that is it. And I go from the inner corner, and I don't go all the way into my inner corner. I just go from about where my iris starts, which is about here. And I pull the liner across my lid. And then from this outer corner inward. So go from the inner corner into your lid and the outer corner into your lid so that they match, or they meet in the middle. And that is how I get my liner on. Then you want to go in and just even the line out. And that is that. That is as thick as I can do it for me. For you, do it as thick as you want. As thick as what looks great on your face. Now I have not closed up the line yet. I'm simply putting liner on my lid, my actual lid. Same thing on this side. I start right here, and then I go inward, and from the outer corner inward. Okay. One thing I will tell you is I am missing a chunk of my eyelashes right here. Like there's literally like a chunk of eyelashes missing. So I kind of bring the liner into that area so that it fills up on my lid. I'm missing a chunk because anytime I have allergies or a sinus infection of any sort, my eyes water and they drive me nuts, and so I'm always wiping my eyes, and I will literally pull lashes out like when I'm swiping at my lids. Don't do that. Try not to mess with your face. It's traumatizing kind of, because I've got this bald spot on my lid and it's frustrating. I try not to curl my eyelashes when they fall out like that, because I feel like sometimes I'm pulling more out than I'm actually, you know, to save the curl. So just be careful with your eyelashes, because it's traumatizing when you're missing a whole chunk of them. And then like on the weekends when I have to dress up, I'll put like some falsies on, but for the sake of the video, this is how it is. Okay, so that is the liner on my lid. I know it looks kind of funny right now. Okay, now if you want a curly kind of flick, I would suggest switching brushes at this point to something that has a very fine point, and using that to literally come in here, and from here you literally bring it and flick it up. So you get this really fine. You're going to create like a little U right here. Just draw a little U and it'll flick it up. If you want to just kind of create that kind of a straight line, then go ahead and use the same brush and just tap this and bring it up like that. You guys see that line that I just created? And then you're just connecting that outer corner to that line. The same thing on the other side. Okay, now when you're creating this kind of eyeline shape, do not mess with the tip. The very point that you created, do not mess with it anymore, because if you bring anything else up here, it's going to fatten up that wing. You really don't want that. I don't want that anyway. So for this, I'm just going midway up to that and then just bringing it in. Same thing on this side. And then you can just go in and finish your flick or whatever shape you're creating. And that is it. Now if you mess up, you're like SOL. No, I'm just joking. If you mess up, a lot of times I will wait until everything is completely dry, and then I'll go in with, like, this is a MAC pencil brush, the 219. Make sure it has no shadow on it. And then I'll go in and follow that line, and you can clean up anything that you have, like I've got a little in there. Once it's dry, I'll go in and just buff it kind of out with this brush, and then with whatever shadow is underneath it. So like here, this would be the highlight shade that I used. It's Venus, the highlight one from the Naked Basics palette. I'd get a little bit of that and then fill it in. If it was over here where I have more of the Naked 2 color, I would use that and just kind of fill it in and make sure that it matches on both sides. So you can add a little bit more shadow to your lid. Just make sure you buff, the color out when you're done. But that's how I get off any excess. I do have to wait until it dries, however, at least this portion of my liner, so that I'm not messing with it too much, moving that when I should be moving something else. Okay, lastly, your mascara, which I already had mascara on, but you're going to want to add mascara or false lashes, which always looks beautiful. False lashes and winged liner always look incredible together. And then my other lid, which, like I said, is missing. If you are missing lashes like I am, adding some liner onto your lid like this really helps to kind of give you the illusion that you have something there because it fills in the space. So that's that, and then the lashes on top, of course, would look absolutely gorgeous. So this is the overall finished look. You can see my actual liner there. I've got perfect wings on both sides. They are like literally, they match perfectly because it was all about the brush and where I placed it at. And then just winging it onto your lid is where you will perfect it and change the shape of your lid altogether. If I was doing a baby pink lip, I would have done the flick, the extra curved flick on my lid. I only like that when I'm using a baby pink lipstick. With a bright lipstick like this, I like more of a graphic, kind of straight winged liner. So there you have it. Okay, thanks so much for watching, and I'll put everything else that I have on my face, or you can watch the tutorial before this one to see the colors and everything else. But anyway, thanks so much for watching. I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.